Did somebody say boat stuck? Let's preface by saying it's possible that the story of the Ever Given may yet end in suffering. We may be watching a tragedy unfold. But until then, big boat stuck. Perhaps we can look to history for some guidance. In fact, one does not even have to look too far into the past for comfort. In 2018, the AMC miniseries The Terror saw Sir John Franklin lead 129 officers and men aboard the Royal Navy ships Terror and Erebus into the Arctic Ocean in hopes of finding the Northwest Passage, an ice-free sea route of incalculable economic value linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Much like Ever Given, Terror and Erebus would become caught in the passage they hoped to navigate. One can imagine these ocean routes as negative spaces between economies, liminal spaces to be traversed, but not treated as environments in of themselves. These spaces are taken for granted until they are trespassed carelessly, at which point they slam closed and snap you in two. What lessons learned from The Terror can we apply to our current conundrum? Several. 1. Do not anger the Toonbach, the thing made of muscles and spells, both guardian and terror of this inhospitable but not uninhabitable land. 2. Goods and metal containers are perishable. 3. Subordinating the noble and courageous human exploratory impulse beneath systems of power will poison the spirit just as surely as lead poisons the body. 4. In this place, technology still bends the knee to luck. Where was I? Oh, right. The cold, lonely, and painful deaths of hundreds of sailors for economic reasons wrapped in a tattered flag. AKA, boat stuck. Who knows how long we'll wait until our boat is unstuck? Until then, we're live, and something's gonna happen.
From near and far, young and old, people of every shape, ability, and gender, welcome to Loading Ready Live. Today on the show, we stand up, raise our arms, and yell, McDonald's in What's That Commercial? We dip our toes in academia in another round of PowerPoint Karaoke. He's a good egg, so we're going to honor him in Ian's birthday tribute. Did I ever tell you about the time that Bartleby got stuck in this hallway for 6 days? Shut down 15% of all video production? Whew. Well, all this and more on Loading Ready Live. Starting right now.
Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. We are here for Loading Ready Live. Shoutouts to Richards for the Flythrough this episode. Built the moon base in Art Gallery Simulator Occupy White Walls.
One of my faves.
Turned out well. So thank you, Richards. We're going to start things off this evening with a round of What's That Commercial? My name is Graham, and joined for this panel we have Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben.
We have Matt.
Hello, it's a boy.
Why am I gesturing? Cameron. And Serge.
Somehow merging all of those thoughts into one. So,
And we are what this bit is, for those who haven't seen What's That Commercial, is that we have a selection of commercials that I've cobbled together here, and at a certain point we're going to freeze frame, and then our panel here has to guess what this commercial is advertising. These commercials are all from Japan for a couple of reasons. One, they just tend to have a greater sense of whimsy in their commercials, and two, they're much less likely to get claimed on YouTube.
That's a key feature of performing in 2021.
Yeah. So
dodge that DMCA.
let us begin then with the first commercial.
Is it shouting go, 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 danger, 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 danger?
So, what's that commercial?
So like my default answer to like every Japanese commercial is, oh well, it's a mobile commercial, like like for a cell phone company, which feels like this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna say like a train pass or like a metro pass kind of commercial. I think that would work here.
Like, is it completely unreasonable to go for the obvious and say like, this is a metro pass, a train pass? Maybe they have a new app. No, maybe this is for like. Yeah, no, I'm with Ben on this one. 100% with Ben on this one.
Sir,
Were
Matt?
they shouting danger, 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 danger? Did anyone else hear that, or am I mishearing that?
I heard that.
Whether or not that is
I
what they
hear
were
that.
actually saying, I leave up to your interpretation.
Does that
My-
does them saying danger influence, like, does knowing what the word they're saying influence your decision at all?
Well, it does, because I agree with the two of you that it's obviously train focused. But what if it's a PSA on train safety? Because you're in urban cities and there's so many people and they're often very crowded. What if it's like, hey, download our app or whatever for train safety, because trains are dangerous. Mind the gap to all our UK viewers.
My guess is that it's some sort of route planner or like traffic app.
yeah,
Is
I mean,
the
like,
danger is that your route is clogged, and you should find another route.
Would they be
like,
Would it be in English though?
They do
Are they
borrow a
saying
lot of
something in
English.
Japanese that
Yeah.
we're just hearing as danger?
I'm kind of like now like hearing like the arguments of Serge and Matt, kind of feeling like, because there's this dude who's sitting on the side of the road, and like that's kind of where I do like my mobile gaming and stuff like that. So maybe this is, I could see this being like a train safety game or like a train routing game or something. I could mess with that as well.
So Ian had a guess in chat that I don't know if it was serious or sarcastic, but it was incorrect, and I assumed were Ian on this panel that he would get this correct. So let's find out what this commercial is advertising. By the way, Serge, the word you heard was densha, which means train.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
任天堂スイッチ電車で GO 走ろう
Oh,
山
it
手
is
線
an app or like a game.
It's
It's
the
a
new
train
Den-
simulator.
It's the new Densha Day Go for the Nintendo Switch.
Holy shit!
All right. Hold on.
Hi, Beach.
I'm going to the eShop right now.
Yeah, kind of intrigued. TBH.
I can't believe that Ben's default guess of it's a video game is always right. How are you always right?
He said
Well, so
mobile
my-
game.
Yeah, my default, and not a mobile game, but a mobile
Yeah.
service, like a telephone,
Right.
like
sure,
company kind of a thing. But yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Moving on.
鏡を見たら昔より髪が薄くなったかもだったらトニックで髪カツを大きな株はなかなか抜けない髪も同じ大きな木球は抜けにくい
What's this commercial?
Animal Crossing. Because they're pulling out a giant turnip. It's 100% for Animal Crossing. Then they're going to pull out the turnip and they're going to hand it to that, I don't know, that raccoon-looking dude, and everyone's going to laugh.
Is that a turnip in the last shot,
I think it was, yeah.
or are they now
It was
lashed
definitely-
to something else?
It was
def-
definitely previously a turnip.
agreed.
Well spotted, Cam. It has changed visually.
Oh, no.
Are they?
Oh
Pulling,
no.
Is this for hair removal?
Oh my God, Cam! I think you're spot on. Like this is Japanese popping.
I
Commercial
just
form.
thought it was.
We
like,
know our own.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was just a new Harvest Moon.
I mean, maybe it is.
Story of seasons, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm here for like some sort of like beauty care or like hair removal kind of
Hair
thing.
removal, yeah.
I'm there with Cam.
All right. Well, definitely on the right track. That is a hair follicle. Wrong direction.
猛球を
Wait, the tugging is reinforcement? Oh, it says it's so strong you can't
It's so
pull
strong.
it out.
Even a team. It's for hair growth.
Right. Okay.
Hair
that
growth.
makes sense.
Strengthening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why was
Yeah.
it a
Good-
turnip? Hold on,
eye,
time
though.
out.
No,
Because
it
turnips
was.
get
It was
stuck
an enormous
in.
turnip, and then
it's a
in the last
metaphor.
shot, it changed to a hair
It
follicle.
was a metaphor.
All right, moving on.
That makes it art.
そんなのお兄ちゃんに任せなよ。
お兄ちゃんお前どうしたお父さんじゃなくてお兄さんだよこう見えて俺は若いんだよ
いいから、ほら早くやってよお兄ちゃん。
ちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと
早くやる。
生産勤怠管理スケジュール
Gotta be lotto, right? Like it's gotta be like a lotto thing.
Those did look like lotto tickets. in one of
Yeah.
those shots.
Yeah.
So if you're wishing to a genie when you wish for a bunch of money and they show lottery tickets, normally I'd be with you, but then it goes to this weird day planner at the end.
Yeah. I'm
Tax
curious.
service, maybe?
Sorry, what's that?
What
Matt?
do you?
Tax service of some sort? Accounting?
Here's how you handle all this money that you can't hold.
Or these are just like all of your receipts.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, like so we're back to app.
Yeah, because what was he doing at the start? Was he just like buried in paperwork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trying to find a way out, like a lottery ticket, maybe that's another metaphor. Maybe it's all symbolism, man.
Maybe this
I'm
is
gonna
a
go with,
personal organizer.
Personal organizer. I'm with Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or like a Japanese like quick notes or like TurboTax software.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's
I
around
think
that.
that's
It's that time.
Yeah, I think that's about the closest because the thing he held up a bunch of different things. One of them was like paperwork. The last thing he's holding here is he said schedule. So it's your scheduling. You take all of that, take all those things, put it all together into one cloud-based service.
兄
Ah.
さんだよ
これからの事務処理を AI が頑張る時代です。
それお前が言うの頑張れ AI IT で社会の願い叶えよう
TIS インテックグループ。
So like technically it's a commercial for the group for like the software group that makes this service, but yes, yeah, I think it's some sort of paperless app. I think Serafina in chat got that faster than anybody. All right, next.
あ、それ 5G スマホだ。
未来だよこれ。
知ってる。むっちゃいろんなことできるからね。
手の中にドラちゃんがいるのと同じ。
Bruce Willis?
ピロリン。発射。目的地周辺でーす。
うるさいよ。
ゲームオーバ
なんかめっちゃ打ちにくいこれ。ぐにゃぐにゃしてる。
ー。ダメ、やめて、そこはダメ。大丈夫か
大丈夫じゃない。
Oh.
This has to be a Bruce Willis themed voice pack for your mobile device.
That or the mobile device itself.
So is that
That's a
that the
SoftBank dog, right?
I was gonna say, is
Yeah.
that the SoftBank dog? But like they
Yeah.
were also doing like gaming and all that kind of jazz. So
So-
I could also, yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Sorry, Ben.
Well, I was just gonna say because they also use a dog for mobile services, like
Yeah.
or like a cell phone. So I think
I'm
I
gonna
think it's a phone service.
I'm going to say specifically it's a security service that you can use on a bunch of mobile devices at a bank for checkout or whatever, and it's a cloud service for internet security, like a bank pass sort of thing. Like what's the Apple Watch Boop technology? Something like that. So it's not
Apple Pay.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Bruce Willis Pay or whatever.
I like Apple Boop way better though. They should consider
Apple Boop
renaming
way.
it.
My rates are very affordable, Apple, if you
I
want.
love if you watch this ad again at some point. It's so painfully clear that Bruce Willis is not physically there with the rest of the
Yeah,
the rest of
yeah.
the people in this
He
commercial.
did not fly to Japan to film this.
No, not at all. So that is the SoftBank dog. This is not an ad for a specific cell phone. This is just an ad for SoftBank cell phone service. Yes, they are a cell phone service provider.
Got
There is a bonus point, not that we're keeping points, of what their specific promotion is at the moment. The clue is in this freeze frame.
Is it the bell?
I mean, it's got to be something with the bell.
Yeah.
Unless the
Yeah.
clue is Bruce Willis. Somewhere in this freeze frame.
So I'll say Brozard was the first person in chat that I saw get it.
Oh, okay. I should. I'm gonna close chat now because it's very clear. He's wearing the blue. He's got the white, and then the belt. It's Doraemon.
Bruce Willis is dressed like Doraemon.
Yeah.
Very badly photoshopped Bell.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just 5G Doraemon promotion.
Sick.
Get Bruce Willis. Why not? Anyway, moving on.
The casual cosplay.
来る日も来る日も家事育児と格闘し肩も首もバキバキに凝っている
That's all you get.
Pain relief. Some kind of like a
Like
painkiller
joint pain?
or like a deep muscle thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for the specific
Application vector.
yeah, the application vector.
This is
there
a
you go.
pad. I'm gonna guess that
Alright.
this is a pad or a patch that you just like.
Cam's on pain relief heat pad.
Yeah.
I initially was thinking, oh, this is a delivery service for food so that you don't have to go out and get your groceries. But now that you've asked for the specific application for a medicine, I'm guessing it's a medicine of some sort.
All
So
right,
you're
I
saying
guess
internal?
I guess I gave that away. Yeah.
I'm thinking a pill.
All right.
Man, I mean, it's probably not suppository. I'm gonna, you know what? I could almost say that maybe it's like a belt, kind of like a weight belt or something like that. That helps carrying heavy things.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Surge.
Now, I would have gone with like is it called a compress if you place it on yourself like that? But I think that's too simple. I think that's too simple. So it's either a spray, like a spray-on surface muscle relaxant,
right.
or some type of like, you know, those like vibrating thing, muscle specific to the muscle thing.
Right.
Just
I
something
think-
unique, something different.
Right. I think then you are the closest because the vibrating muscle thing is horse crap, and so is this.
Okay.
This is complete naturopathy. It's
Is
a
it far
magnet
infrared?
necklace.
Huh. Right.
I knew it had to be something different, something unheard of.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a necklace full of magnets.
Yep. As you do.
All right.
Sounds hazardous. No. 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 Do not.
Well, I mean,
新しい今日
it had to happen today.
ゼロから始めよう洗いたてのシャツに手を通して
It's gotta be. I mean, I don't think it's Evangelion brand like dish or like
They-
laundry juice, but
Did
like
they carve Evangelion into like its constituent animation cells and advertise everything with it?
that chin is like way like pointier.
Is
than-
this Ray
than
off
Tim-
model?
Yeah, this is discount Ray.
I would be prepared to believe Evangelion branded laundry detergent.
It might not even be like branded, but they're just using Evangelion. Like it's some form of laundry juice for sure.
Yeah.
Or a specific scented candle with that scent. Or some sort of air freshener with that scent.
Why does this air freshener smell like blood?
Jaded
I'm going a
Cynic says
different
it's
direction
totally...
It smells like parental disappointment.
Sorry, Serge, go ahead.
I'm guessing it's a car commercial, and a car went by so fast it pushed all the laundry up.
Okay.
They
So
would
Jaded
do
Cynic
that.
says it's totally close but legally distinct Ray. No, this is actual Ray. The fourth movie's coming out. There are so many Evangelion co-branded products on Japanese TV right now. And this one is for... Da-da-da-da-da...
ゼロから始めよう。
Laundry juice.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it literally is branded with Evangelion too. Wow.
にて第一種選択配置
Is your laundry effed up?
Is your laundry so effed up? Moving on.
ほら、萬斎さん、見て。
そうですね僕らのこの手はいろんな思いをつないでる
みんなの手の清潔のために、ビオレも頑張らなくっちゃ。でしょ？ほら、あそこにも。
清潔の力
The only thing that
Hand
ever
sandy.
tries to paint society this optimistically is bank or life insurance commercials.
I was thinking arthritis medicine.
All right.
I want to
Ben?
say like, yeah, I like Cam's thing. There was a lot of like handshaking and stuff like that. I could see it being like a lotion or like a hand
lotion.
sanitizer thing.
Either
Oh, 'cause the focus
either a
on the hands.
moisturizer or
It was yeah, like especially with the ball and it was like right on the hands and making contact. I definitely think it's like
That's good. Piano ring, lot of
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
in the shots there. Nice spot.
And you could
Oh.
tell from all the people wearing masks that this was definitely a contemporary commercial set in
Well, it
these
could
times.
be. I mean, like they like
Yeah.
in Japan, they definitely just wear masks like on the regs too.
True,
in a
but-
smart way.
That many people like while playing
No,
basketball?
for sure. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Anyway, yes, Cam and Ben definitely on the right track. This is specifically
この手に
It even showed at the end. She was looking at her hands.
yeah.
一緒に。
They're
Oh,
basically
nice.
going.
Nice.
Look at us. We're Biore. Look at how clean we've made everybody. Yeah.
We've cleaned up the streets.
寄り添うってなんだろう。それは大切な一人一人のために考え、見つめ、共に生きること。ノクリアは使う人の気持ちになって快適をお届けします。
Any thoughts while this man stares at you?
AI and Internet of Things. Huh?
I saw that too. Yeah. So this is an internet service provider or a cell phone plan or something like that. Some type of network connectivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or airplane travel.
I want to go way off base here.
Uh-huh.
Just because like there was like a lot of like open sort of like breeziness and stuff to it. I want to say that this is like a fan or like an air conditioning unit or something like that.
Oh, and it connects to your house over AI and internet
Yeah,
of things.
that's actually
Oh,
Sure, we'll say that too. Yeah, I'll
Yeah, no,
bundle
like-
on, but also the air thing.
yeah, no, like a networked home enabled appliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's find out. It was an interior shot that featured a prominent
あなたに寄り添
shot
う
of a
エアコンブ
window
ランド。
and the air conditioner beside it.
Ben!
Nice.
Ben! You're on fire
The
tonight!
name is even an anagram of aircon.
Oh, no, Kriya.
Oh no way! Oh yeah.
Realize.
I mean, they're not
There you
making
go.
phones anymore.
Thanks, Peach.
表計さんってなんでこんなに重いんや
ごめんね
表計さんが重くなったら裁判様あの雲にお乗りなさいきっと
お呼びでしょうか。
Right?
Is this like a crossword or a Sudoku app?
Yeah, the dude at the beginning was wearing that outfit.
Yeah, with like the boxes and stuff like that. And there was like a bunch of people like looking over it.
Specifically themed with Sun Wukong somehow, because he has the flying
Carrying
cloud, right?
yeah. You two are picking up on details. It's like I'm at like 3 head right now, and you two are at 8 head. I don't understand.
Thank you.
I just
It's you it's never what they're doing.
Well, yeah, yeah.
It's always just like, you know, like man doing thing and like flying up, and in the distance, in a small pixel, there's a corn chip, and it's like corn chip brand thing, and you're like, that's how you're supposed to know.
You're never selling the steak, you're selling the sizzle, right? And this is just like even one more level removed, right? There's signifiers
Dynamite cloud
and signified.
race. I like H-Bomb and Friend's suggestion of Dynamite Cloud Race. No, this is, I think something that was guessed earlier. No, she's on a cloud. She has a cloud on her staff. It's a cloud service. It's a cloud-based.
Okay.
It's literal in this case.
Yeah. 2 more. You've got, admittedly, you have nothing to work with.
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking for details.
Mechanic? Like...
Indigestion.
All right,
it's like an antacid commercial. You're sitting there, you're minding your own business, and bam, you're like, oh, that heartburn.
That's not bad, Serge, but...
I'm going to say like roadside service.
Roadside service.
Because he can't like get the car going.
What about a ride share?
Yeah. That, or it's like a movie service and they're watching, like they're so ensconced in this terror of a scary movie that they feel like they're in it.
Can I throw in a wrench?
Yes, Beach.
What side is the steering wheel on in that car?
Yeah, he's in the left-hand drive vehicle for some reason.
Is it North American horror movies? Is that your guess, Beach?
Is this for Shudder?
I think I think the horror movie reference is why it's a left-hand drive vehicle. I think they're trying to like reference the visual storytelling of North American horror movies. Look, I don't think anyone's going to get... No one's gotten close. I don't think anyone's going to get close.
I thought my indigestion was pretty good.
I mean, maybe if you have enough of these, because this is a commercial for cheese-filled cocktail weenies.
I wouldn't call that filled.
I want my profile image to just be that fork sticking over the window edge. That's such a good tableau.
Oh my god.
It was art.
And you eat those while you watch the scary movies on Shudder.
All right.
I would do that.
Last one. It takes a while to get going, but I couldn't not include it once I discovered it. I don't even think it's that recent. But here you go.
先頭はラングレー、追っていったロンギヌスが2番手、3番手にはサードインパクトが続いて第2コーナーをカーブしました。2番手には依然ロンギヌス、クライムーンが続いて、さらに外からザ・ビーストが並んでの追走です。4コーナーカーブから直線コースに向かいました。先頭はまだ頑張っているラングレー、依然半馬身のリード、サードインパクトが並んでくる。先頭はラングレー、安城はナンバーワンジョッキーのプライドをかけた武豊。2番手は世界で活躍する藤田真二。そしてこれがデビュー戦のラーメン屋の山田君が上がってきた。山田君、来たよ。すぐ出撃して。ここで大外からラーメン屋の山田君が来た。山田君来た。おっと、ここで山田君のエヴァンゲリオンが変形。ラーメン屋の山田君のエヴァンゲリオン変形したまま1着でゴールイン。おっと、審議です。エヴァンゲリオンただいま優勝旗手ラーメン屋の山田君に花束が手渡されました。
We are challengers.
So there was this like really weird Japanese like horse betting game where stuff like that happens all the time and you're supposed to like bet on it. I'm curious if this is like an Evangelion like crossover with it. Because they like the constant, like, yeah, it was just like these like really goofy races where like sometimes somebody would be like on a giraffe out of nowhere and would extend their neck past the finish line before anyone finished.
It's called Japan World Cup, and in fact, they weren't games. It was just a DVD of multiple races.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm glad Beach knows exactly what I'm talking about.
A DVD.
I think it's a bit more general. It's just horse race betting, like an app for it or something, or just for it.
Not
Cam?
bad. Yeah.
Surge?
What kind of product uses the slogan, "We are challengers"?
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
That's what I'm stuck on right now. Thank you. I'm stumped. Give me a second here to let my brain try and process what just happened. It's still flashbacks here.
Cameron?
AT&T Field. I don't know.
I'm going to say it's a car commercial. We haven't had a good car commercial yet, and
that's true.
That's something they'd call, like, you know, pickup trucks. We are challengers or whatever.
Like this is a commercial for the Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick. I mean, horse betting rate. I'll go with Surge on it. I'll say it's a car commercial.
All
I'm
right.
sticking on mine.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, there. That was it. It's Fields. Fields is they run the horse betting in Japan.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn it!
Oh,
Yes! Surge, you brought me along on your web of magical
So it
cars.
is just all that was just in service of horse betting.
All right.
I'm a little disappointed.
All right.
You'd think they'd have enough faith in their own product that it wouldn't have to get so fantastical, that the actual outcome of a race would be thrill enough.
They just like using Ava for everything they can.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Basically.
I mean, big same.
Yeah.
My
All right, that
one-
is it.
We would
Sorry,
never
what?
do that.
My one out of left field guess is because the man gets crushed by the Eva at the end, life insurance.
Oh, right. But he survives, so who knows? Anyway, that was What's That Commercial? Thanks to the panel for joining me. And now this.
And now, Beej makes the faces of cars. Beej is making the face of a vehicle. Can you figure out what vehicle Beej is making the face of? Is it the 1989 Ford Mondeo wagon? The 1959 Mazda K360? Or the 1975 Bricklin SV1? That's right. It's the 1959 Mazda K360.
And now it's time for PowerPoint Karaoke Thesis Defense, which is like our regular PowerPoint karaoke, but with a science-based twist. For those keeping score at home, PowerPoint Karaoke means that the performers have no idea what slides they are about to present to you. Enjoy!
Hello, fellow doctors and postgraduates. I'd like to once again thank you for coming here under short notice. We have a serious problem right now in the community, and that problem is biology. Biology is really underlying a lot of our problems. But to get more specific, our problem with biology these days is cats. We think about them far too much. There are millions of types of cats. I myself can actually name 3 particular types of cats: the tabby, the angry, and the melty. Those are the 3 cats that we do need to worry about the most right now. But there are other cats out there. There are people who are categorizing all of the cats, and unfortunately, that is taking up way too much of our biological time and reserves. And so for that, I'm going to propose that we deconstruct cats. You see, what makes a cat interesting is all the bits inside it. You know, your spleen, your pancreas, your duodenum, whereas what we want out of the cat is at the front end, that face, that furry haunch, those paws for making the biscuits. That's what's important. And so, what we're going to need to do is, well, we're going to need to get Walter involved. Now, Walter is what we put together as a prototype solution for the cat problem. It stands for Wet Alternative Late Time Esoteric Replica. It's not exactly a biological cat, but it is something that we can replace real cats with in order to give us back our valuable, valuable time. Now, the thing about Walter is that Walter is extremely flexible, yet modest. You'll note that Walter is able to contort its legs into all sorts of positions while giving no information away about its undercarriage. This is important because, as we know, Walter is a deconstructed cat. There's nothing in there that's cat except for the front end. It's all just homogeneous, I want to say quantum material from the back end out. Don't think about it too much. It'll take you right to insanity. Now, in addition to Walter's ability to move, Walter is also docile and can be reprogrammed through a small USB-C port in the tail. USB-C, by the way, this time standing for USB cat and not a C-type USB connector. Be aware the USB Type-C cat connector is directional, and if you get it wrong, it's not going to be good for anyone. Now, once you've programmed Walter to do what you need Walter to do for you, well, then you don't need your cat anymore. Just put it in a sweater and make it go get a job. Because people who have clothing are able to work. And if you put a cat in clothing, then that's just a people. And that's just science. And so, once you've got your cat out the door, that cat's going to be making sweet bank for you, and you're going to be able to make those payments, those affordable payments of just $400 per month. You too can have a Walter in your home. And so if you ever need to get out of your home, if you ever need to see a real cat, if you see a real cat outside of your home, you need to contact the authorities. Now, be those police or perhaps, I want to say, Mir Tausten, the organic cat commander. Either of those are available on your speed dial. You will be given priority access to either of those particular services with your Walter purchase. Now, I want to be very clear. While Walter is reprogrammable, you should only use approved subroutines. Please, please, please only fill your cat with behaviors from the approved cat app store. Otherwise, you could end up with some sort of abomination. Your cat could become too strong, and you could lose control of Walter. And that could lead to some real problems. You know, we've talked about the gray goo situation here a number of times at this conference. And honestly, Walter's the real problem. So, in conclusion, abolish the last 2/3 of all organic cats and replace with Walter. Thank you very much. I believe our next presenter is just coming up next. Dr.
Hi. Oh God. Thank you to whoever just went. Hello. My name is Ben, and I am looking to become a doctor. I have written an entire thesis about chemistry, I hope. And here is exactly all the things that I think about that. Consider this. Way too often, I feel like we have to wear lab coats to protect ourselves from all of the dangerous liquids that you might find inside a chemical lab. But have you ever considered the cool benefits that you could get from those liquids touching up on your skin? Well, that's a bad thought. It's very, very dangerous to let those things. But it is noted that this is a live picture of my friend Gary, who afterwards went on to tell everyone else to also ingest all of the liquids in there because he gained superpowers. Now, riddle me this, Batman. Who wouldn't want to get totally jacked from drinking a whole thing of completely unfiltered vinegar? This is what happens, I assume, to your body when you do it. Nobody knows because they haven't done it. My thesis is all hypothetical, and I'm hoping that maybe someone is willing to give this a try. But cheers, everybody. Bottoms up. Drink all the science stuff to your heart's content, because at the end of the day, when you mix it and you go all kind of over the top with it and try to get too sciencey, you lose the magic. You lose the fun. Throw some olives in there. Throw another clear liquid that I can't think of right now, or olive oil. All of these are great additions to that delicious, delicious hydrochloride beverage that you could be making. Now, here's an example. If you distill all these different things, you're taking out what is the good juice inside of all of the chemicals. But if you completely undistill it and then you put it into drums and you ship it across the country, we can set them in key locations and then expose the general populace to it and create a army of super soldiers with various degrees of superpowers. Everybody can drink up and enjoy what I think we've been wanting with all of these various Netflix and Disney Plus specials. Superpowers. Every cool person in the movies has them. Why can't we has them? That's all I have to say. Thank you very, very much. I'm still not completely convinced that this wasn't a dream, but at least I can confirm that it probably was a nightmare. On to the next person, I guess.
Okay. Thank you, Ben. Sorry, I just got here. I've been in the copy room, trying to get like everybody's handouts all done and passed about the room. But hey, I'm ready. I can finally do my presentation we're working on for the last... God, it's been 5 years here at the physics department. Okay. We're gonna make it worthwhile. Doc, we're gonna make you proud. All right. So, we've all experienced the pain of atmospheric pressure, and that's what got me interested in this project. Is trying to detect the kind of just the pressure, so much pressure that I've been under, trying to get this entire thesis done, and just having the fire lit under me to really feel the squeeze of trying to just graduate from this institution, and meanwhile having all the knowledge just like distilled out of me on this paper. So what I thought is why not do it on pressure? I mean, here's a picture of me and a few of my friends at the PhD party we had the other day to kind of get all the new kids associated and stuff. And I'm demonstrating to this is how you can inflate a balloon forever, because you'll never actually fully inflate it, and you're really just blowing as hard as you can until you pass out. And for that, you don't technically need anything but a balloon and a bunch of... let's go back to that for a second. That's really good. This is a balloon and a bunch of heavy objects. In this case, those books, it cost me about $700. And I buy new ones every year. And I don't understand why, because they're always the same. But anyway, so I tied this homeless man to a bunch of those balloons. And he kept having to blow them up so he wouldn't fall down. And homeless people have really big lungs, and so he could inflate all those balloons. And now he doesn't need a home anymore. He travels in the jet stream, and he poops on people. And he's every so often he has to land so he can shiv a passerby for food. I don't know what people do. I put a tracking collar on him. He doesn't feel the pressure that I'm under to make this worthwhile. So, this is what sex has been like for me for the last 6 months. I really need a break. And I can't think of anything I would like more than to just get into one of the steam tunnels and just lay down for a while and just listen to the thrumming of the air as it goes by and the thousands of fans that keep the entire university heated. I put a cow in a wind tunnel. I don't even remember why I did that. We got it from the ag group. The fucking Aggies don't even know what happened to their cow. He went supersonic. I feel so guilty. I can't even look at a cow anymore. And all you fuckers are just gonna turn this into some sort of bird gun to shoot at planes anyway. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's like Real Genius, except that I'm not even a genius. I'm just some sort of ass. I'm like this guy, just some sort of asshole who's been cramming my head full of knowledge, and eventually I'm just gonna pop. In conclusion, I could really go for some of that gamer girl aerosol stuff you guys keep passing around. If you can just cut me in a little bit of it, I can probably get back to work. Thank you. Stay tuned for more of this after this.
And now, Beej makes the faces of cars. Beej is making the face of a vehicle. Can you figure out what vehicle Beej is making the face of? Is it the 1979 Ford F-150, North America's most popular light-duty ute? The 1997 Ford F-150, North America's most popular light-duty ute? Or the 2015 Ford F-150, North America's most popular light-duty ute? That's right, it was the Ford F-150, North America's most popular light-duty ute.
I need to unmute Discord.
Thought, baby. Oh, hi.
I had Discord deafened because I'm not very smart.
I'm laughing with you.
Save rotation. You must not have seen me stream before. Everybody who's seen me stream a Fire Emblem game, I don't save rotate. I live with my mistakes. And mistakes shall be made.
Exactly as intended. Oh, they discarded again. Okay, I'm gonna feel a little gross doing this, but also...
Jesus Oh man! Oh.
The plan is the plan is to demoralize them out of the game.
A really cool way of, say, giving an evasive ability that everything can have, and it doesn't have to be a bird, or a bat, or a dragon. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of loosening up letting you just run wild with what you're doing. It's horsemanship. Why do you gotta do that?
I decided to name everything here after mythological cannibals for no reason.
Okay. I know the perfect name.
Ooh. Jeez. Wow. I pity me for not thinking that.
Like, it's that weird, like, the white, the milky synthetic blood. Right, which is, let's say, a buffering solution to keep your pH reasonable. Like, it's an electrolyte thing.
It's Calpis.
Yeah.
Ow, why am I on fire? No, why did you punch me? Jesus Christ, Trudeau!
The fire out.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna die. Pick up the lava.
I did. Okay, so fire tick. Okay, so that doesn't work.
Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah! Okay, nobody tell people that I scream like a 6-year-old.
So let's never try that again.
One of these blocks is still on fire.
Oh God!
So
the bottom half of the box is on fire.
Ah! Stop! Stop!
What about the wall?
Hold on. Everyone be careful. If you see a smoking block, break it. We need to stop the fire.
Oh God! Oh no!
Come on, greed. Oh, hubris. Don't I? All right, upkeep.
Why'd you just tap your island at the end of turn?
Ha ha ha, idiot. I'm gonna upkeep mystical tutor. Come on, greed. Oh, hubris. Okay, this is fine.
Gonna upkeep mystical
In
tutor.
my upkeep, I'm gonna mystical tutor.
All right.
Come on, greed. No!
Keep going. You have to now.
That's fine. In my upkeep, I'm gonna mystical tutor.
He's running out of thumbs.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, well, tell you what. In my upkeep, I think I'll mystical tutor.
My man.
I love it. Oh, 5 in a row, Kirk?
My toe.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Use this.
Nice.
All right, James, you can bring me some pizza when you got a sec.
Okay, where?
I'm on the floor on the ground rolling in pain. I also need somebody to hit me with a bucket. Oh no, you put it in
No!
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 James! My dinner! You recycled my dinner!
Oh, I found him. Knife kill. I'm also out of ammo.
Get him! With these.
Stab him, Dad.
I'm trying slow.
Gotta remember that I'm on Warlock, or the jumps will kill me.
The best part about dying to a Warlock jump is you get to die for about 2 days.
Let's leave it at that.
I can't believe that's how it ends! Ah, this game stinks! This is the stinkiest game I've ever played! Ah, fuck! Game design!
Oh, it's for you.
Is it my birthday?
Impossible shot. Died instantly.
I'm sorry, what? No, you are not allowed to make custom cards anymore, CJ.
All the ones up here have an ice cream headache, courtesy of Rasputin's big burning balls.
Is this co-op? Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, we're a team.
We're a team. Oh, you found a dog. Good luck, Ben.
Ian, go touch the ball.
Ooh, there's a ball. Ooh, there's a ball.
Don't touch the ball.
Come on, come on, Roger. Come on, come on, okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, okay, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, this is perfect.
Fall Guys had a huge jump on because it was a free game on PlayStation Plus. And since then, it's probably had some drop off.
That's right.
And that's going to be your actual player base as opposed to what you first did.
I would guess that Fall Guys has indeed a lot of drop off.
Whoops. Whoops.
Conflating clocks and maps.
Clocks. They don't love you like I love you. Clocks.
Oh my god.
Clocks. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know we were doing a sacrilege today.
What?
Hi. Hello. This is what Cabal think human faces look like.
OP like to complain about your play speed? Alright, well. I don't even remember their name anymore. This is...
Damn. Oh, get him, Graham.
You get him?
Hold on, I want to see if I can knock this guy down into that.
Touchdown! Now you may touchdown, Twitch chat.
Ooh, Indravel Swellsworn. Swellsworn.
Yo. More like swole
Oh,
sworn, am I
Beowulf.
right?
Beowulf, great suggestion. Agatha Bristly.
Oh no, you both have funny names, and I definitely copped out. My name is just
like
Surge. Hi. I panicked. Look, I panicked, okay?
Okay.
Hurry up!
Chris. Is it Chris or Roger?
Chris. Roger.
Chris!
Roger.
Chris!
Roger.
Come on!
Chris, it's Roger.
I should use this more often.
This FX button. Oh man.
There we go.
That was weird.
It's because there was a button set on the FX thing that I didn't intend to press. This is that stuff that Ben's always messing around with when he makes his voice sound like this.
I didn't know I could do that there. Now I can do it back to Ben.
Yeah, now you can do this to Ben whenever you want. Oh, Christ.
All right, who's buying Wheeler the vocoder for their birthday?
I need it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah, really.
You want to talk like this, Wheeler?
You know.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of having to do all the like by myself when I can just get a machine to do it.
Yeah.
That's probably
that machine, by the way, is called a trombone, and I can sell you one.
What is in your hand, opponent? What is in your hand? What is in your hand?
Fucking stop.
Now, Game Mother. We discovered a hand last session.
You did.
Would it be a bad idea, but in a fun and interesting way, for Judith to apply that hand to her arm stub? Or would it just be a bad idea?
I was hoping you would ask me this question.
Hey, this Bailoth killed my Bailoth. Luckily, I drew another Bailoth. Oh my god.
Hey, our ships are here.
Hello. It's like a reverse barter system, you know? What do you think what I gave you is worth?
Done.
All right. Now what is James offering me? A hug. I've known you for like 8 to 10 years now, and I don't think I've ever hugged you.
That's not true.
Well, maybe that's why it's so valuable.
That I mean, he's not wrong.
Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk.
I'll leave a well-aged brown on your desk.
So many numbers.
It is a lot of numbers.
As a fan of numbers, I appreciate what this game is doing.
Am I gonna die?
Somebody call for freedom.
That didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Good thing there's a backup. Love the smell of forklift in the morning.
Uh-oh. Is this where we get the jump scare?
Where did he go?
God, this is definitely where a jump scare happens. See? Called it. I even jumped.
You got the time. Oh.
Although, don't worry, I thought it was funny.
It's mocking me. Well, now it's mine. Oh, God! Okay, I was not expecting the Angel of Death to appear before me.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I refuse. I wanted to go this way.
Oh.
Oh, I'm in a mine cart! Adam, help! I'm in a mine cart! Ah!
I wonder how long the scream happens. I just don't do anything. Does it just keep happening? That's a lot of screaming.
Is that player noises I have to turn off to never hear that?
The muffler is pretty good, so you could probably turn off specific fart sounds.
God, I hate you sometimes.
Well, it did just save, and it's 3 o'clock. Whoa. Excuse me.
The
Hey,
subs.
look at that.
Nobody?
Sub.
Anybody? That's everything.
El Funko, 34 months. I, James Turner of Sound Body and Mind, do hereby grant El Funko power of attorney over my assets and will also buy him ice cream every week for the next 15 years. This statement is legally binding and will not be taking questions at this time. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, I gotta take a quick commercial break. I'll be back in a second for some of these expeditions, and nobody tell Graham. See you in a bit.
And I forgot to unmute the mic. Alright, from the top.
And now, Beej makes the faces of cars. Beej is making the face of a vehicle. Can you figure out what vehicle Beej is making the face of? A 1977 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham, speeding through traffic on the way to Misericordia Hospital while your cousin rhythmically breathes in the back seat after her water broke unexpectedly during a bunting circle? A 1987 Buick Century, stuck in a ditch after driving out of the quarry to make out with your date, who is the sister of your best friend, who's sitting in the back trying to make out with his own date, and none of you have an explanation for how you ended up in a ditch. A 1980 Plymouth Volare, sliding sideways down the Trans-Canada Highway at 97 kilometers per hour, while your two friends are suspiciously quiet as you track closer and closer to the median dividing you from oncoming traffic. Find out after the credits. While we wait for you to puzzle out that particular... Well, let me take that again. While we wait for you to crack that particular puzzle, hey, it's time to make some egg Ians. Yes, it's time for Ian's birthday tribute, episode 41, Egg Portrait Edition, A Good Egg. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's my birthday, and I get to make demands of people when that happens. And the demand that I had this time was that I wanted my friends, specifically Alex, Cameron, Kathleen, and Matt, to render my visage in egg form. And so we're just going to let that happen. We're going to watch, we're going to comment, and, well, once that's done, we'll, we will evaluate these eggs based on their particular expertise. And, then we'll declare a winner, or such. So,
go.
Friends, go ahead.
Oh! Hooray!
All right, time to make mistakes.
All right,
I'm
okay.
extremely excited to see where this goes, and Cam has taken a rather unconventional approach to egg painting, though that is some seriously good separation technique. I definitely want you on my team next time I make Swiss meringues. I guess the real question is, am I going to have any sort of an existential crisis when I go about comparing my own self to these renderings?
Do you know what's really difficult to do?
No.
Separate an egg on the stream.
Draw on an egg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I anticipated this.
Are you going to find that exclusively or excessively difficult, Kathleen? Or do you think you can power through?
I think I have extraordinary stamina for this.
Ian, what color are your eyes?
My eyes? Oh, woof. Well, back when I was thinking of radio dating profiles, I believe I called it hazel. So hazel or brown?
Oh, you're
same
like
hat.
me. They're not actually brown, but they look brown from a distance. But if you look at them, they're like green with like flecks of gold in them, right?
Exactly, yeah. Different flecks of color around the edges.
Yeah, that's exactly my eyes. And I always put down hazel because they're not brown.
Mm-hmm. Did you also undergo the questioning of whether or not hazel eyes change color? Because apparently that was a thing that people thought.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No,
I didn't think... Oh, go ahead, Ian.
All through my history of listening to local talk radio dating series when I was 10 through 14, I believe.
The local talk radio dating series?
Oh yeah, no, you could call in and to the local talk radio station 930 CJCA and do radio dating, and it was on late at night, which is why I listened.
Goodbye.
Alex, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's still a little scrambled. Is it an animal?
It was a water bottle that was a little more precariously positioned than I thought.
Yeah, I was worried that was going to be an egg that was lost to time.
I have some bad news to report about this pencil and egg and Copic, because I don't have watercolor paint.
Oh no.
That the pencil, which I thought would be sort of neutral, is definitely rubbing off on the eggshell.
Mm.
And then I'm putting the Copic on.
That Copic though definitely has it's a very subtle and beautiful
Thank you.
fill layer there.
How many layers of egg are you on?
Oh, I mean, I feel like I actually want to make you an awesome birthday present, Ian, and so I'm putting my whole ass into this.
I appreciate that, Kathleen. It's I hope that's not what you're using to lay the egg, but that's fine. But you know what? You do you. Tama, go right ahead.
You know what? I don't tell my friends how to live, Ian. I recommend you do the same.
I need some reference.
You
I'm
can
sorry,
buy
did
some
you just say
special eggs to do
Tamago
that.
right ahead?
Yes.
Yep.
Ian, please note I'm also coloring in the back of your head, even though that's not strictly necessary.
We won't all see it, but I know it's there. That's something Steve Jobs said. You know, good craftsmen do make the back of the dresser look nice, even though they'll never be seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Alex, if
All
you
right,
need if you need reference, just look at the Ian that's at the top.
You
of the
really have
screen.
no idea what my setup looks like, do you? I would love to look at Ian, but he's like 5 feet away.
All right. Well, we got another minute or so here in the competition.
Oh,
Ian.
total to finish?
Hey, how about you give us, like, just maybe slightly more time?
Have we budgeted that much?
Kathleen, would you call that a fry for help?
We're
We're gonna give you some more time.
that was just my producer brain. It's like, if I don't finish because I'm doing something fancy, fine. But if everybody is, like, having difficulty...
Ian, let us keep going.
Yes.
Now for the question of, will this show up?
I'm going for an interpretation of Ian.
I'm gonna say you definitely laid the groundwork for a.
What the frick? That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, this is.
There's the
This is
competition.
This is lovely to see happening in real time too. To see myself age, I guess, in a way.
What?
Received
Well,
and
I mean,
understood.
It's much like you age as a human being, right? When you start, your face is all tight and fresh faced, and you're all good, and you got plenty of hair. And then as you age, it's like an art piece. You add more details, you add more wrinkles, and then the older you
And
get,
then you realize you've gilded the lily. You've ruined it. You've gone too far.
that's when you need to pin things back with a bulldog clip at the back of your neck, and just hope.
Ugh.
All right.
This is particularly dangerous for me because I did not boil this.
Wait, we were supposed to boil them?
I boiled mine.
I gave no specific instructions.
Okay, well, this is a raw egg.
I get the feeling that Cam would be having a real tough time if he'd boiled his egg.
I haven't even looked up and seen what Cameron has done, but it was unconventional. That's all I know.
Also, I'm using felts, and they're not drying on the surface at all.
Well, if we ever do this again, I think the only thing we have to do is flip vertically.
All right, this is... I'm trying to get on screen, but it's so far away from me. So I'm sorry if we haven't been able to see my process. Oh,
I mean,
God.
that's part of the problem that occurs when you're dealing with free range artists like this.
Ian, do you have any, like, identifying marks on the back of your head? Any
Like a
moles or
band-aid
anything?
or a weird 5-pointed star?
What a question I've never been asked before.
How would you know? I would be disturbed if you could actually
Right?
answer that question.
Like, I don't generally stand around with 2 mirrors in front of my my bathroom mirror trying to find out what the back of my head looks like. Although maybe I should. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
now that the
something
question
I-
has been asked, I think I'd need to as well.
Well, like, I don't know what the back of my head looks like. But the back of my head is covered with hair. But I don't know what's going on in there. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe do people come up to bald people and be like, wow, have you seen that thing on the back of your head? People are rude. I would assume that somebody would because they would be an idiot.
I mean,
Well,
children
people-
do the same thing. Children are rude.
I mean, people come up to pregnant people and they're like, wow, you're pregnant. It's like, thanks.
To be fully honest, that was the one thing that the Japanese kids told me before anything else. was that I was going bald.
Whoa! Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh yeah, no, I knew there was some hair going away, but I didn't realize it was getting to Japanese child thinks I'm bald stages.
But
Did they
children are
actually ask
cruel.
you though if you knew that you were going bald?
Oh no.
Okay, they just told you were.
Straight up accuse you. Yes, no. Asking a person whether or not that's high level English, Beach, and we don't actually get into the teaching of that until like 8th or 9th grade.
Okay.
Well, I think we got 2 people here who are look like they're very close to their end. How are we feeling? Do we want another minute on the clock and then we'll call it there? I'm doing it anyway.
That seems optimal. I'm farting around.
It is
Pressure.
his birthday, and he can do as he likes.
Yeah. At a certain point, pressure needs to be exerted before we can move forward. Look, we're not going to get a good pressure. We're not going to get a good portrait without breaking a few eggs. That's what I'm saying.
During the planning for this, it was like, look, we're gonna have to move through this fast. So I was like, oh, I gotta use Copic. It's the only thing I have that's fast enough.
Peek behind the curtains. We were fully expecting this to take 3 minutes.
I'm guessing we're at the 7-minute mark.
I have stopped taking. I have stopped paying attention and just started paying attention to the art itself. That said, there's
I feel like I've gotten where I'm going.
There's absolutely not a foul mark between them. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. And those look pretty good from where I'm sitting right now. But we are going to take ourselves a short break here so that our artists can more properly capture their work in a digital fashion. And then we'll be back for the evaluation in just a few minutes. Do not go away. Welcome back to Loading Ready Live, where we are currently in the evaluation portion of Ian's Birthday Tribute, Episode 41, Egg Portrait Edition, A Good Egg. And it's the evaluation, as stated, and we're starting off with Cameron's work. Now, first of all, I want to be very clear here that there is no... Well, there is one winner, and there are, I want to say, 6 billion losers, because this is my day. I'm the birthday boy. I win! And what I win...
There's only 4 participants.
Well,
we are the first among the non-winners.
Let's call it. There we go.
First to lose.
What do I win is 4 fantastic portraits of my visage rendered in rendered upon shell, at least for a few of them, except for Kim. You put together a what would you say? This is egg tempura?
Yeah, this is egg tempura.
Tempura, not tempura.
Not tempura, tempura. It's a medium that was used by a lot of Renaissance painters and then was picked up again in the 20th century by a bunch of American artists, specifically by one of my favorite artists, George Tooker.
I've heard of the medium, but I haven't actually worked with it myself or even known how it's made. So this is, I love the depth of color and the fact that you can actually, the definition is there. And the brush strokes are just fantastic. I'm loving this, and I'm awarding this, definitely, Cameron, the Best Use of Materials Award. Because you used the whole egg, or at least you touched all parts of the egg.
I used, I mean, theoretically, I suppose I could have used what everyone else discarded.
Mm-hmm. There we go, yeah. I mean, we could have blown out the egg and hopefully gotten some weight for you there.
All right.
So that's now, before we actually move on, I'd like to actually see how we're not going to judge based on this, but I just want to find out how accurate people were in their renderings. So let's have a look. What would it be like if I was half egg person, half rendering?
Oh my god!
But there we go. That's wow. And it's like so looking close. In a mirror.
Lean into the camera a bit.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Oh, my goodness.
The duality of Ian.
That's a really good rendering of the headphones. They match.
You got everything. That's absolutely amazing.
You really nailed Ian's jawline.
Yeah, that too. Wow.
I'm super impressed. To hold that in your head and render it out via your own hands. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Ian.
Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate that. Next up, though, I want to talk about what I consider to be the most edible of these renderings, and that would be Alex Stacey's. What a beautiful egg that is.
I mean, I think it's the only one that's uncooked. I didn't get the memo that you're meant to boil them or something.
Oh, mine's raw too.
Oh, okay, then.
Well, no, that puts two of you in the same boat, but I'm still calling this the most edible because I know that Alex is a huge fan of traditional processes and natural materials. And so I can trust this egg to be one that I can eat. Right?
Yes, nothing hazardous will have leached through the shell. I mean, I didn't get out like aniline dyes or something. I don't even know if you can get those anymore.
Oh wow, no. But loving the 01 on the top there, that is a...
Yeah, that's a wonderful touch.
Yeah, let's get there.
And I absolutely look the happiest, I think, in this egg out of all of the options. Which brings out my inner joy, which is imminently perishable. So please do not open the Ian unless you want the joy immediately. Let's see what half Spider-Man, half Peter Parker looks like egg style with Alex. Oop.
You're certainly a lot rounder.
There we go.
Not bad.
Wow, the nose.
Not bad. Yeah.
The nose is there.
Good nose, yeah. There's a good nose on that, Ian.
I also really appreciate the difference in the glasses frames too. Because I am not always round, but when I am,
When you are, you're an egg.
Beautiful.
When you're an egg,
Eggy.
you're an egg all the way from your first omelette to your... I don't know.
To your hatching day. Let's
To your
keep
omelette
the-
de fromage.
Omelette de fromage.
I'm trying to keep my position locked here for the next time. Matt, you are the next one I want to speak about. And let's be honest here. This is a bit of an interpretation, I'd say.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm trying to bring out the inner Ian stuck behind the calcium shell. I'm trying to see what happens when it hatches into its true persona, or fursona, as you might say.
Feathersona.
I think you are definitely channeling a lot of the interior feelings here in my heart, and as well as the retweets from my Twitter account.
Yeah, and
feel
just
like
as much cholesterol in this one.
Absolutely. No, I'm Matt, because of a number of things here. The big rosy cheeks, the purple, or the purple, the orange visaging, the clear and present beak, and the Super Saiyan level 1 hair. I'm going to say that that's definitely me as a very, very powerful Java Sparrow, Zebrafinch probably.
Some sort of cockatiel.
I'm going to award you the award of most aspirational. Not because you're aspiring, but this is what I want to be on the inside. Let's see what happens when I anamorph.
Yeah.
Oh, that's upsetting how well that beak comes in with my mouth.
You need to get a blonde wig.
Are you sure about that?
We've got lots at the moon base.
Good. We can try them out before I need to make a commitment. Good God, I love it, and it's horrifying. Let's see. Let's see what Kathleen did. Straight.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
It's straight ahead, beautiful caricature. There's a certain playfulness to this too. But before we get to that, the shading is just so good. It's something that a person who does color art and does have to deal with rendering shadow and light, as a person who does not that art, I don't know. But
I just got lots of Copics.
I love the warmth.
Yeah, that's the key. And for that reason, I'm giving this the Oofa Doofa Award. It's French.
Oofa Doofa. Oh, that's really good.
But I absolutely love this. If I was in a French television children's program that was stop animated, I would love for this to be the head of my my puppet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
You'd have like long, like gangly arms. It's like, here comes Mr. Horner. Oh.
Paul Vame Henshin. Oh wow. I think yes. So that the caricature aspect of it has put things in the correct spot for the egg, but less so for my head.
Tilt your head forward a bit because the photo's not straight up and down. That'll adjust the proportions. But I think it's probably completely spoiled. No, like the other way you had. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not going to line up, so I'm not too concerned about it. I tried to make it look right on the egg.
And it absolutely does. I think more than anything else you can tell, this is a egg that is supposed to be Ian Horner, not necessarily Ian Horner as he is in flesh, instead in shell.
I would say that this looks like the mascot for a microbrewery somewhere.
Ooh. Egg clarified beer. Right. Well, yes, as you mentioned, with those 4 excellent submissions, I am most pleased with my birthday tribute. Thank you, one and all, once again to Alex, Cameron, Matt, and Kathleen, and thank you to everyone else here at Loading Ready Live. It's been a great show. And now, this. And now, Beej makes the faces of cars. Have you spotted it yet? This was a ruse. Beej was making the face of Lightning McQueen.